In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on April 21st, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Memphis Grizzlies versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Memphis Grizzlies visit the Target Center on Thursday for the 3rd game of their best-of-7 NBA Western Conference quarterfinal series against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Memphis Grizzlies bounced back from a Game 1 loss with a 125-96 victory in Game 2 on Tuesday night over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Memphis led by 11 points at halftime and never looked back after the break, extending the lead to 19 points after 3 quarters. Yamoran was the leading scorer for the Grizzlies with 23 points. The Memphis defense came up big, holding Minnesota to 39.5% shooting. Sandy Aldama and Tyrell Terry are questionable, while Killian Tilly is out. Minnesota lost on Tuesday in Game 2, but the Grizzlies still hold home court advantage by winning 1 of 2 in Memphis. In Tuesday's loss, the leading scorer for Minnesota was Anthony Edwards with 20 points. The Timberwolves were out-rebounded by Memphis 48-40, and Minnesota committed far too many turnovers with 20. Minnesota does not have any players listed on its injury report. The Grizzlies needed to respond after getting routed in the series opener, and they did just that with a dominant win in Game 2 to square up the series. The Timberwolves will be so disappointed with how they got blown out in Game 2. But the bottom line is that they were able to steal home court advantage, so they should be happy that they were able to get the split going back home. The Timberwolves will surely get more out of Edwards and Towns this time, and the role players always step up at home. But the Grizzlies are 16-5 against the spread in the last 21 meetings overall. The series now shifts to Minneapolis, where the Wolves have a 27-15 record this season. Adjustments will have to be made after that tough Game 2 loss. In particular, Russell's play has to get better, otherwise the Timberwolves will be in trouble. Memphis won't want to give Minnesota any hope, so winning on the road is a must. This team has been battle-tested so many times this season. They've gone 25-15-1 against the spread on the road, so the Memphis Grizzlies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Plenty of points were scored in Game 1, which finished over the total, but the second game produced only 220 points, which easily finished under a closing line of 239.5 points. The total has finished under in 15 of the last 22 games that Memphis has played in Minnesota. In addition, the total has finished under in 4 of Memphis' last 5 on the road. Playing defense is what got the Grizzlies a win in Game 2, as they held Minnesota to just 96 points. With the series moving to Target Center for the next 2 games, I'm expecting the Timberwolves to come out with a lot of energy backed by the home crowd. The projected total of 238 points has been surpassed only twice in the team's 6 meetings this season. So even if we get a higher scoring game this time, the total could still finish under it. As this is the playoffs, the sense of urgency on defense will be a lot higher for both teams than it was during the regular season games. The Grizzlies have seen what Minnesota is capable of doing offensively in Game 1, and keeping the Timberwolves under control will be key to winning Game 3 on their own court. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Mavericks versus Utah Jazz. The Western Conference playoffs change venue as we see a pair of teams take the floor in the Beehive State. The 4th-seeded Dallas Mavericks are on the road as they take on the 5th-seeded Utah Jazz in Game 3 of their best-of-7 first-round series Thursday night. Utah took Game 1 on the road, winning 99-93 on Saturday afternoon before the Mavericks rallied for a 110-104 home victory Monday night to even the series. The Mavericks have won both previous playoff series between the teams and hold a 7-4 edge in head-to-head playoff wins, including a 5-game series win in the first round back in 2001. So much of this game hinges on the uncertainty as to how things will unfold. The Mavericks could be shorthanded once again, as Luka Doncic is currently listed as questionable for this one, so they will again be looking at players like Kleber, Brunson, and Dinwiddie to pick up the scoring slack. After losing home court with the loss in Game 1, Dallas will be eager to steal it back with a road win in Game 3. Luka Doncic's possible return will be a massive momentum boost for a suddenly red-hot shooting squad. Look for the momentum from Game 2 to carry over with another strong shooting performance against an Utah team that failed to guard the perimeter last time out. The Mavericks are an excellent defending team and will overcome their rebounding disadvantage by limiting Utah from the outside. Dallas has been a solid road team all season, going 23-18 straight up and 23-17-1 against the spread. They are 3-1 against the spread in their last 4 road games. Utah is 1-6-1 against the spread in games after they allow 100 points. The Jazz will be kicking themselves after dropping a game they should have won, but they remain heavy favorites in this matchup as long as Doncic sits out. The Jazz are 17-21-3 against the spread at home. The Mavericks also lose in the underdog role by an average of just 3 points. This series has been even through 2 games, so I'm not sure why the Jazz are getting so much love here, especially if Luka Doncic plays. I think the Jazz bounce back with a win at home, but the Mavericks are 6-1 against the spread in the last 7 meetings overall, and I believe that they hang around long enough to get the cover in this one. So the Dallas Mavericks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. After an under in the first game and a drop in the total, we saw an over in Game 2. During the regular season, both of the games these teams played in Utah were overs. Utah should see an increase in their scoring at home, and if Luka plays, you have to think his presence might just help both teams on offense. If he doesn't, Dallas will lean on Brunson and others again, while likely playing catch-up. So the game should have a good pace to it. When Utah was a home favorite during the season, there was an average of 217 PPG scored. After combining for just 192 points in Game 1, these teams put up 214 in Game 2 behind a blistering 3-point barrage from Dallas. While we shouldn't expect another 46% shooting night from beyond the arc, the return of Luka Doncic will add another dimension to Dallas's offense. Utah has had a massive rebounding advantage so far in this series. Look for them to start converting more second-chance buckets. The over is 4-0 in the Mavericks' last 4 road games and 6-1 in the Jazz last 7 first-round games. Expect these offenses to come out gunning in Game 3. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Golden State Warriors versus Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets will look to get back in their Western Conference first-round series when they take on the Golden State Warriors in Game 3 on Thursday night at Ball Arena. Golden State rolled to 2 easy victories at home to open the series, including a 126-106 triumph in Game 2 on Monday to cover as a 7-point favorite. Denver earned the number 6 seed in the regular season with a 48-34 record, while third-seeded Golden State went 53-29. These teams met 4 times in the regular season, with Denver winning 3 of those, although Golden State took the most recent matchup 113-102 on the road on March 10th. This series shifts to Denver, where the Nuggets will try and climb out of a 2-0 hole against the Golden State Warriors. And while Nikola Jokic's numbers look like they resemble those of the player who appears to be on his way to a second consecutive MVP award, they just haven't had the impact for the Nuggets they have needed, as the Warriors have won both games convincingly. The other MVP in this series, Stephen Curry, has barely had to break a sweat, averaging just 22.5 minutes and 25 points over the first 2 games. I said before the series that I thought Denver's defense was problematic, and that has been the case, as the Nuggets have allowed at least 123 points both times on 53% shooting from the field. The Warriors dominated both games and covered each time despite being favored by at least 6.5 points. Is Denver's home court advantage worth 4.5 to 5 points though? For reference, Philadelphia is facing a similar change in spread after dominating its home games against Toronto in a number 4 versus number 5 matchup. The Nuggets need to come out firing to earn their first win of the series and avoid falling into a 3-0 deficit. But all the momentum is clearly with the Warriors, who looked so dominant when their role players like Jordan Poole step up big at home. With the series now moving to Denver, the pressure is on the Nuggets to get the win, but they should get better production from their role players like Gordon and Barton, who have struggled so far. This is very short number that I suspect the public will absolutely pound in favor of Golden State. So it is quite alarming. Motivation is real and Denver's back is against the wall. This should be a close one, and I'm tempted to take the Warriors. But this is basically the season for the Nuggets, and I believe that we're going to see a better performance from them here. So the Denver Nuggets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Nuggets are now 20th in effective field goal percentage allowed for the season as they have really struggled to defend the paint, and Golden State can operate comfortably with Denver being one of the NBA's worst units at forcing turnovers. The totals were consistent through the first 2 games in this series, but there has been a little bump for Game 3 after they both went over the total by a slim margin. Denver's defense is the biggest danger to the under. The Nuggets give up way too many shots, and I don't expect the Warriors' shooting to just fall apart. The only way this total stays under is if Golden State is kept to around 110 points, but Denver would still need to pick up its scoring considerably to win the game at that number. I can give the Nuggets a scoring bump at home, where they have averaged more than on the road this season. I just don't expect Denver to be able to slow down Golden State with any significance. With how quickly Golden State can put points on the board against this shaky Nuggets defense, it's going to be hard to trust the under for the rest of this series. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.